What's up, everybody? It's dookiecookiemonster. Today's video, pretty much showcasing not magic find like the other one where I was plus 74% magic find. Even though she looks pretty much with the same gear on, doesn't really look like anything changing except the axe is like emitting these sparks of lightning. I'll explain how I got that later. But she pretty much looks the same, but she's definitely not a magic finding wizard right now. If anything, she's got something else on her mind. So give me one sec. I'll show you what's up. Okay, so, everything looks business as usual. Nothing out of the ordinary. But until you get to the stats page. Here you'll see that, overall my attack, defense, pretty much all my offensive, maybe even defensive stats have gone down. But if you look here in the detail summary, you'll see what definitely went up. Magic find's at a staggering 9%, but the gold find is at a 222%. I'll share with you some insight as to what I think D3 will pretty much turn into here, and I think is really about gold. So just give you a quick showcase, and I'll kind of hover over each item just to kind of show off the gear here. Got the helm. I won't really say what they are, but the helm, 18% gold from monsters. You got my shoulder pads, my football shoulder pads at 23%. With decent armor. Got my chest armor at 19% with some life gen. Got some rare, unique gloves that I actually crafted myself. Got really super lucky where it somehow gave me 29% gold from monsters, which is incredible in my opinion. So I got incredibly lucky with that. Crafting I usually get screwed, but with this one, wow, it really gives me that edge. My wrist armor, 21%. Plus it gives me some magic finding skills too, and that's where that 9% comes from. The belt, which I actually just found, and I'll explain where I found that in a bit, and the whole point of what gold finding outfits, why it's so much more desirable and more actually, I think, sought out. But I just actually got this. I had no gold find on my belt before, and I was so fortunate to find this. The two rings I have, they're duplicates of each other, or mirrors of each other, just say, 19%. The pants I have has life regen, but 22% for gold. Even the boots I have, 17% glittering boots. The boots I actually had before, they're incredible. It's basically 10% magic find, and then 8% for increased rate of speed, in terms of running speed. So, I mean, I really like those boots, and I think they'd be really great in terms of an overall outfit too. But in terms of this one, 17 for gold, which I have not seen any kind of gold finding boots ever. This one I actually just, killed something and it popped out. So this was a great find. The shield, 19%, highest I've ever seen for a shield too. So the only thing that doesn't have gold finding is the axe. And this axe, I literally paid... trying to think how much I paid. But I believe I paid 15,000 gold pieces for this. And I'll explain where and why and how. Give me a sec here. Okay, so let me just kind of clear up this inventory. And then you'll see I'm suddenly collecting tomes. Not that not that I want to or I have any kind of strategy behind that. It's just, I'm kind of done training the blacksmith. I mean, anything he learns further this far. For example, if I were to train him one extra step, that's 5,000. So, I mean, I don't gain anything out of that except to say that my blacksmith is educated, which is kind of dumb. Kind of like a kid with a master's degree, or, you know, someone with a master's degree suddenly working at McDonald's. So it's kind of like that. Basically, he kind of plateaued, and, you know, in terms of what good he can do for me, I mean, that's pretty much it. But here's I wonder if we should do, let me show you why gold fighting, in my opinion, will be pretty much the focus of D3 gameplay going forward after beta, and so forth. So it's gonna look weird, but I'm gonna exit out here. Okay, and this is pretty much why, and I think Blizzard is doing a great job in terms of setting this up. So there's no outside of Diablo kind of black market going on. No need for Chinese farmers either, because pretty much they're conditioning all of us to be Chinese farmers. But this is what it is, an auction house. Pretty much like a built-in little simplistic eBay within Diablo. That's pretty much how I got my 19. I went to sleep with 10k, woke up, I pretty much had 24k. I actually spent some buying some gear off of the auction. Kind of like that belt that I mentioned with the 16 gold find. So, I mean, that was a great purchase. Only for 3k too. So, I mean, it was incredible. Here, just to give you an idea of what kind of my activities has been with Auction House in terms of, you know, initially trying it out, practicing, and so forth. But here you can actually see your history of what you purchased, what you've sold, and then here, look at this, the Study Defines Unique Rare I got for only 780 gold pieces. That's a great buy. Only reason is the stats suck for it, but I was able to salvage it. And because I salvaged it, I ended up with that one glove, rare crafted one, that with the 29% gold find. So that one was a 780 for that one. Wow, incredible. So this gives you a huge, a good glimpse in terms of, you know, my activity thus far. I mean, I pretty much just started Auction House yesterday, and I've been really into it. But basically, this is my opinion of what Magic Find really is. Basically amassing a huge fortune, and being able to use it over Auction House. So here you can just see, basically, well, this tab here, really. The search tab is basically like, what do you want to look for here? So it gives you some really decent filters, but I mean, let's start off with armor. I mean, we could search through all of the armor inventory here, but I mean, belts, boots, amulets, it doesn't exist in beta yet. I think it's beyond 13, level 13. But belt, boot, bracers, chest armor. I don't know what a cloak is. Maybe for a demon hunter. Gloves, helm, pants, ring, shoulders, wizard hat, yeah. But basically, you can say, you know, just select them all, and then in terms of criteria, what do you want it to search for specifically? Let's look for gold finding gear. So you just run the search, and then here's just pretty much 2 tabs. For some reason, it doesn't display the best top of the line gear in terms of availability on the auction house in the front. You actually have to go to the back, and then just start from the back there. So here, you actually see stranglers, or this unique rare crafted glove, for 23% gold. Mine is 29%. And because of that, look at that. He's retailing, or his buyout is 30k basically. But I mean, you could do initial bid, and then hopefully your initial bid gets accepted. Say if you get a deal for about 10k or so. But usually, I mean, if I were to see this and I didn't have it, I would basically gold rush until I had enough to buy that. Even the 19% is here. That's pretty good. 3k for that is pretty good. Shoulders is pretty good. But basically, I just always, you know, pretty much after, like, say, five gold rushing games, I'll come and check this out. See what's available. Man, 35k for a pair of pants. Armor generally sucks, but I think my pants were at 19. Gloves. Wow, that's actually decent. You know, since it's so cheap, I'm gonna buy it. And $4.99 just to see if I have less or equal. 500 GP, that's nothing. I can make that purchase. Because I'm rich, bitch! For 18k. for all the gold rushes. Go, and let me just say, for every Skeleton King gold rush I typically do before. Okay, let's just kind of backtrack a little back there. So this is in my inventory now, so I just bought this. But to backtrack, when I was a plus 74% magic finding wizard, my income of doing a Skeleton King run and then coming back into town would pretty much come out to about anywhere between 1,500 to 2,000 gold pieces. But now with 222% in terms of gold finding, I come home with about 5 to 6K every Skeleton King run. So, I mean, I think this is the better way of magic finding. It's more focused. I mean, in the sense of just as long as you collect that gold, you can pretty much buy whatever you want. So I mean, you can occasionally strike that good magic find drop, like I did with the boots. But I mean, other than that, you can really do a lot of damage in terms of strengthening your outfits here. So, I mean, in terms of why I'm doing gold finding, I mean, it's basically to buy high-end magic finds. So. But right now, I'm really just doing my best to get the highest percentage in terms of gold finding that I could possibly can. So, I mean, that's a glimpse of the... Here we're going to look at, like, say, for example, the axe is what I typically use. Do I want to select a specific attribute? Not really. Let's just go search it up. And again, like I said, the better stuff is usually at the back. So right now, I'm just looking at the general attacks, you know, the big bold... Oh, wow. Wow, I actually really want this. Okay, so, let's see. This is has a buyout of 25K. I have 18K. That'll be our goal for this video. Assuming no one buys this yet, so... I think I could possibly do this in one gold run. Maybe 2. Oh, fuck, I forgot to get that. Oh, well, let's just go. Looks like it's going to be 3 wizards.